What's going on, everybody? It's Jordan Cameron back with another update video of our biggest blow off top in crypto history, followed by the biggest rug pull in crypto history. Hope everyone's doing good out there. Hope everyone's surviving the little pullback that we're getting. But today we're going to continue our updates of why we're thinking the crypto market is going to go to that 10 trillion market cap, up from the 4 trillion that we are today. We're going to take a look at the Ethereum chart, Bitcoin dominance, total 3, our stablecoin dominance chart, as well as just the Bitcoin global liquidity chart. And that's going to explain to us why we think that we're going to continue up to that 10 trillion point, and why this little pullback that we're currently seeing right now is nothing to be afraid of. And honestly, I think it's a good point to add to positions if you have missed the boat already. So let's jump on in. So for anyone that's new to the channel, hope everyone's doing good out there. But on this channel, since the March and April lows, since we had those tariff talks all the way back down here, if we just bring up the weekly chart on Bitcoin, back down here when we were at these 50 moving average bands, we were discussing why we think that Bitcoin is going to blast up into new all-time highs, despite the narrative saying that it wasn't, just as we did over here in 2024 and just as we did over here in 2023. And once again, that played out perfectly. We saw Bitcoin break into new all-time highs. And then we said the next step was that we're going to get total market cap breaking into new all-time highs. And our theory was that we are forming a giant rising wedge on the total market cap chart, and we are going to blast up to the top, back up to the top of this rising wedge for one last time, up to the 4236 Fibonacci level, which is the same Fibonacci level that we also did top out in 2021, which also is the psychological level of 10 trillion before we see the biggest rug pull in crypto history. Now, we obviously have been talking on the channel why we think that's going to happen. If we go over here on our stablecoin dominance chart, you guys can see that this is one big range that we've been forming for the last 3 years on stablecoin dominance. And when we were up here at tariff lows for BTC, right, we were up here on the highs for stablecoin dominance back up at the top of this range. We're expecting a rejection up here towards 8.5%, and that's exactly what we got. And we said is until stablecoin dominance reaches at least 4.91%, and if even a new low, we are continue to remain bullish on total market cap, and we are going to expect euphoria to enter this market. We're going to expect a massive blow off top in this market until we get to the 4.91% level on stablecoin dominance, where in fact there it probably would be smart to start taking significant profits on your positions. But as you guys can see, we have not reached the bottom of that stablecoin dominance chart yet, so we are still expecting the total market cap chart to rise until that is the case. And as we've been saying, from this point, I do believe that this is the final part of the cycle, and this final part of the cycle where stablecoin dominance gets this move down before it gets a giant move up is going to be led by the altcoins, including Ethereum, XRP, and a lot of the utility coins are going to be the big coins that pop off during this last part of the cycle, just like every previous last part of the cycle in 2021 and 2017, where we see the altcoins go nuts towards the end of the cycle. Now, if we take a look over here, we have been getting a little bit of a pullback in the short term, but as we discussed in the last video, guys, it's not surprising, right? Why is it not surprising that the market's getting a little bit of a pullback? Well, a lot of people will blame it on news. A lot of people blame it that, inflation's going back up, so people are afraid of no rate cut. Guys, that doesn't matter. Ignore the narratives, okay? Ignore the narratives. Just like down here, you wanted to ignore the tariff news. Just like right here, you wanted to ignore all the war stuff that was going on a couple months ago. Just like right here again, you're going to want to ignore the rate cut, the no rate cut stuff that you're seeing now. People are going to be pissed when they sell all of their positions off a simple retest of the 4K level on Ethereum, right? 4K, 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 4K. We are just coming down to backtest this, in my opinion, before we blast up into new all-time highs for Ethereum, and also into new all-time highs for Bitcoin. Now, as we sort of been discussing, I am expecting where we are now that the majority of the move up is going to come right? From the majority of this move out for total market cap, the euphoria where people say crypto will change the world, where it can never go down again. Just like in 2021 when we were up here, where people were saying it'll never go down again. Crypto's going to change the world. Elon Musk is buying, right? Elon Musk is buying Dogecoin. We're going to have all those crazy narratives up here at the 10 trillion market cap level, and people are not going to want to sell, right? People are going to want to buy up there. And it's going to be because the altcoin market is moving up. And now, obviously, that's going to be led by Ethereum breaking into new all-time highs. As typically when you get Bitcoin breaking into new all-time highs, that's when Ethereum starts to run. Check, that's what we got. And then when you get Ethereum breaking into new all-time highs, that's when you're going to get the rest of the altcoin running, which we've already seen, right? We come over here, we're seeing Chainlink starting to run, approaching its previous all-time high. We got CRV starting to run. We got Crow starting to run, right? We got XRP running, right? So we got altcoins starting to run, but really what's really going to get them moving up is the Ethereum chart breaking into new all-time highs. And I think it's very clear over here on the Bitcoin dominance chart what we have here. And what we have here, in my opinion, is this more so of a symmetrical triangle where I think this was the top of Bitcoin dominance, and we're going to see a move down into this green box. Now, I think this is all going to correlate almost perfectly, in my personal opinion. And what we're going to see is, as we get Ethereum breaking into new all-time highs, which leads to total market cap continuing to push into new all-time highs, which leads to our stablecoin dominance chart going down, right? It's going to come at the perfect time where I think once you get stablecoin dominance down here in this little cubby, between 4 and 5%, is where we're going to have this major drop in Bitcoin dominance down into this green box. And that's going to be the time, once again, that you're going to be wanting to take profits on your altcoin positions that you've been accumulating for the past 3 years before we see this bigger rug pull into 2026 and 2027. Now, that could get us down to 43% to 50%, somewhere in that range. I'm not going to be too picky. But by the time we would get down into here, I think that move would be massive for altcoin market. People forget how quickly altcoins can move when they start to run. And I do believe that since we don't even have Ethereum, which is obviously the leader of the altcoin market, no matter what people say, it is the leader of the altcoin market. Now that we have that, right, getting close to its all-time high and about ready to break out, I think you're going to see the altcoins really start to blow up, just like we did in 2021 when ETH broke all-time highs in February. If we go over here to total 3 chart, when did the altcoins really start to blow up? Well, it was right around February that we saw a move from, about 100 billion all the way up to 852 billion at 8x on the total 3 chart. So what I think is happening once again is ETH breaking into new all-time highs is going to absolutely set off our total 3 chart, which would come over here. This is our total 3 chart, which I think is the same thing. We're going to see a move up to the top of this rising wedge, the final move of this 14-year crypto cycle, up to the top of the top rising wedge between the 2618 and 3618 Fibonacci levels, just like in the previous cycle. And this major move, once again, is going to be the catalyst, right? We get those altcoins minus Bitcoin, ETH, and stablecoins up to, a 2 trillion to 3 trillion market cap. That's going to be the big driver that's going to get this total market cap chart from where we are now at about 4 trillion to 10 trillion, right? That's about half that move just from the altcoins. Imagine the moves that would come from that, okay? So I think everything is playing out right now. And just like we discussed from the last video, to me, if we just zoom in a little bit on the daily chart for ETH, guys, it's just a simple back test, right? I posted on Twitter when this move down was happening. I said 4K to 8K. That's what I'm expecting. I'm expecting a retest down to 4K. Could we come down again and retest that zone and maybe base out a little bit? Absolutely, right? Doesn't mean we have to go straight up from here. We're going to get pulled back just like we saw here, just like we saw here, just like we saw here, just like we saw here. We're going to get pullbacks on the way up. Could we come down again? Yes, but any retest into about the 4K level is a simple retest of all these previous highs, now flipping into support for the first time since really ever, right? We never really held support there, right? We always kind of dumped from that point. It's the first time we are finding some support above 4K. I think this is just going to be the move that gets us up into, close to double digits on ETH here. Okay. And obviously, I think Bitcoin is also going higher. Could Bitcoin come down a little bit more and retest this, 11K level? I think, or 111K level. I think so. I wouldn't think that's totally out of the realm of possibility. And I also think that Bitcoin could come a little bit lower and altcoins actually make a higher low, because I do believe altcoins are going to be stronger at this point of the cycle. So Bitcoin could come down a little bit further. Altcoins make a higher low before they move up, right? Whatever, right? Obviously, we have like Jackson Hole on Friday. A lot of people want to be talking about that. Expect a lot of volatility, whatever. I don't think it really matters. I think the market's going higher anyway. That's what the charts tell me. The charts tell me we have a move up to the top of our rising wedge where people are going to get euphoric, right? The wall of disbelief continues to be built. Every time we make a higher high on total market cap, and then we have a little bit of a red week, people are saying top is in, it's over, it's over, it's over. That is called a wall of belief. The top will not be in the crypto market until, okay, I'm going to repeat this, until everyone believes that the top is not in, okay? And it's clear as day that everyone does not think that the top is in, right? You still hear a lot of those calls. You still hear that the Bitcoin's going below 100K again on every little red weekly candle. Okay. And until that stops happening, until people saying we're going to go up forever and nothing could possibly be wrong, okay, we're going to continue up, right? We're going to continue to climb that wall of worry. And the higher we get, the more people will believe. And we on this channel are going to be selling. We on this channel are going to be taking profits and enjoying our labor of accumulating crypto throughout all this period. We're going to be selling on the way up. If you probably should have already started to take a little profits, but if you haven't already, if you're still seeing some alts that haven't really moved yet, patience. I think every alt will move up a little bit, at least a little bit, and you will have higher prices to sell from, okay? Patience. The wall of worry will continue, but we will continue up until everyone believes that crypto will change the world, until your cousin starts asking you about crypto. Has your cousin asked you about crypto yet? No. Has your uncle asked you about crypto yet? No. I do believe that they will around Thanksgiving time this year, and that's going to be your signal to say, all right, I'm out of this, okay? And it's all going to come in, right? Not only from like your community, right? When you go onto these holidays, right? It's all going to come in as well on our crypto apps ranking in the App Store. Okay, this is the crypto apps ranking in the App Store on the Apple Store. And we know that every crypto cycle, the Coinbase reaching the #1 app has been the cycle top, right? 2017 and 2021. As soon as the Coinbase app reached #1, that was the end of the cycle. Kumbaya, it was over. It was time to get out of the market and call it a day. We haven't seen that yet. We've only seen Coinbase hit, number 10 twice. Okay, and those are local tops. So if you see Coinbase get into the around number 10, probably a good time to take profits. We could see a local top, but really I don't believe the cycle is in until Coinbase gets firmly in that #1 spot where everyone and your mother is talking about crypto. And I don't think we've seen that yet in this cycle, because I personally haven't seen it. A lot of my family knows that I make YouTube videos about crypto, and they still haven't really asked me about it. I will know when they ask me about it. If they should buy, that's when I know that the cycle top's going to be in. And I personally have not seen that yet. And that's what makes me excited that the market's going to continue up, along with all the charts that we look at, our stablecoin dominance chart, our Bitcoin liquidity chart, showing us that we have at least another month before we hit some type of local high on the global liquidity chart. And this could just continue to move up here. If this continues to move up, I would expect crypto to continue to move up. But as of right now, right, middle to end of September, we've been talking about as a possible local top, right? I use the word local because we don't know if it's going to be the cycle top yet. But anyways, now as we kind of go along, guys, everything's kind of playing out perfectly. ETH has now retested the 4K level, could come back down and double bottom, would be fine. But as I kind of look around here, right, I'm already seeing, coins like Chainlink. I'm already seeing coins like over here, OKB. I'm seeing coins like, where's everyone's new favorite, BNB, already breaking into new highs, right? So coins are already breaking into new highs after the fear the last couple of days. And I think that's going to continue and even be more prominent once you get Ethereum into price discovery. That's when you're going to start to see all the normies come back. Total market cap is now in price discovery. All the normies will come back and be chatting, and that's when you're going to see altcoins absolutely pop off, and you're going to know the time when to sell. Because on this channel, make sure you guys subscribe. We are going to be hollering when it is time to be taking significant profits. slowly take profits now, right? As the markets go up, your coin goes up 10, 20% from the previous high. Make sure you take it a little bit out, right? Take 5% out here and there, right? But when you should be taking significant profits is when your uncle and your cousin are talking about crypto. And on this channel, we're going to be firmly in the zone. I'm going to be telling you guys, reminding you guys every day not to get too euphoric. You hear a big bullish headline, I'm going to be here to tell you guys don't be too euphoric. Make sure you guys are taking profits. The time to be bullish was down here, well, anywhere down here, but more recently was during the tariff news. That was the time to be bullish on your favorite altcoins. The higher we move up, that is no longer the time to be bullish, okay? That is the time to be a little bit skeptical, okay? We are almost reaching that point where it's almost time to be skeptical. We get ETH in the price discovery. We start seeing altcoins fly up 20, 30% every day. Time to be skeptical, okay? And so make sure you guys are following the channel in this journey because we're going to continue to put our money where our mouth is since the March and April tariff lows. And I think we're going to bang this, guys. So make sure you're here for the journey. I could be wrong, and you guys will probably be here if I'm wrong too. So you guys can troll me in the comment section. So far, we've been pretty accurate with this, not being phased by the little dips. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. We're going to hit 100K by the end of this month. It's going to be freaking awesome. And I just want you guys here for the journey, for the biggest blow off top in crypto history, followed by the biggest rug pull in crypto history, in my opinion, in 2026 and 2027. Be here for it. All right, I'll catch you guys later. Thanks for watching the video. It's been a good one. It's been your boy Jordan Cameron. See you in the next one.